Are you worried that someone you trust with your Social Security money might be stealing from you? You're not alone. Every year, thousands of people, just like you, find out that their payee is misusing their benefits. It's heartbreaking, it's unfair, and it can leave you feeling powerless. But today, we're exposing the shocking truth about SSA Payee misuse, and I'm going to show you exactly how to protect yourself or your loved ones. Hi, I'm Shariful, and welcome to our channel, where we break down important Social Security topics in plain English, so you can understand your rights and protect your money. If you or someone you care about relies on Social Security benefits, this video is for you. Let's start with a real-life example that might sound familiar. Meet Sarah. Sarah is a 35-year-old woman living with a disability. She depends on her monthly Social Security check to pay for her rent, food, and medicine. Because she has trouble managing money, her brother Mike was appointed as her payee, the person in charge of handling her benefits. At first, everything seemed fine. But lately, Sarah's bills aren't getting paid, and she never has enough for groceries. She starts to wonder, is Mike taking her money? If you've ever had a similar worry, or if you're concerned about someone you love, keep watching. We're going to break down what an SSA payee is, the real risks of payee misuse, the warning signs to look out for, and most importantly, what you can do if you suspect something's wrong. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is an SSA payee? A Social Security payee, officially called a Representative Payee, is someone the Social Security Administration, or SSA, appoints to manage your benefits if you can't do it yourself. This could be because of a disability, mental health challenges, or simply because you have trouble keeping track of your money. The payee could be a family member, a friend, or even an organization like a group home or a social service agency. The payee's job is simple, but incredibly important. They're supposed to use your Social Security money for your needs. That means paying for your housing, food, medical care, clothing, and personal items. If there's money left over, they're supposed to save it for you. But here's the catch. Not every payee does the right thing. Some take advantage of the trust placed in them. And when that happens, the person who suffers most is the beneficiary, the person who needs that money to live. You might be wondering, why does the SSA appoint a payee in the first place? The answer is simple: to protect people who can't manage their own money. The SSA wants to make sure that your benefits are used for your well-being, not wasted or lost. But unfortunately, the system isn't perfect. Sometimes, the very people who are supposed to protect you end up taking advantage of you. Now, let's talk about the real risks. Payee misuse is when the person in charge of your money uses it for themselves or for things that don't help you. This isn't just wrong, it's illegal. But sadly, it happens more often than you might think. According to SSA reports, every year, millions of dollars are lost because payees misuse funds. Sometimes it's a relative who's struggling with their own bills. Other times, it's a professional payee who thinks no one is watching. Either way, the person who suffers most is the beneficiary, the person who needs that money to live. Let's go back to Sarah's story. She trusted her brother Mike to take care of her money. But Mike started using her Social Security checks to pay his own bills. He told Sarah there wasn't enough money for groceries. But in reality, he was spending her benefits on things she didn't need or want. Sarah started losing weight because she couldn't afford enough food. Her rent was late, and she was afraid of being evicted. All because the person she trusted was taking advantage of her. So, how can you tell if your payee is taking your money? Here are some common warning signs. Your basic needs aren't being met. You're running out of food, can't pay rent, or don't have money for medicine, even though you know your check comes every month. Your payee refuses to show you bank statements or receipts. If you ask to see where your money is going and your payee gets angry, defensive, or just says, "Trust me," that's a big red flag. You notice strange purchases or withdrawals you didn't approve. Maybe you see charges for things you never bought, or large amounts of cash being taken out. Your payee is living beyond their means while you're struggling. If your payee suddenly has new clothes, electronics, or is going on trips, but you can't afford basic things, something's not right. You get letters about unpaid bills or late rent. If you're getting notices from your landlord, utility company, or doctor's office saying you owe money, but you know your benefits should cover it. That's a sign your payee isn't doing their job. You feel isolated or controlled. Sometimes, payees try to keep beneficiaries from talking to others, especially about money. If your payee doesn't let you talk to your caseworker, family or friends, or tries to keep you in the dark, that's a warning sign. If any of these sound familiar, it's time to take action. You might be wondering, why would someone do this? The sad truth is, money can make people do things they wouldn't normally do. Sometimes, a payee is struggling with their own bills, and thinks, I'll just borrow a little, and pay it back later. Other times, they feel entitled to the money, because they're helping you, and in some cases, it's just plain greed. But no matter the reason, it's never okay. Your Social Security benefits are for you, no one else.
Let's walk through what you can do, step by step, if you suspect your payee is misusing your money. Step 1. Talk to your payee, if you feel safe. If you feel safe, start by asking your payee about your money. Sometimes there's a simple explanation. Maybe a bill was higher than usual, or a payment was delayed. But if their answers don't make sense or they get angry or defensive, that's a red flag. Step 2. Gather evidence. Keep track of what's happening. Write down dates, amounts, and anything unusual. If you can, get copies of bank statements, receipts, or letters about your benefits. The more information you have, the easier it will be to prove what's going on. Step 3. Report the misuse. If you believe your payee is stealing from you, report it right away. Here's how. Call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213. Tell them you suspect payee misuse. Be ready to explain what's happening and provide any evidence you have. Visit your local SSA office in person. Sometimes, talking to someone face-to-face can help speed up the process. If you're in immediate danger, call 911. Your safety comes first. SSA takes these reports seriously. They will investigate, and if they find misuse, they can remove the payee and even refer the case to law enforcement. Step 4. Request a new payee. You have the right to ask for a new payee. Here's what to do. Tell SSA you want someone else to manage your money. This could be another family member, a trusted friend, or a professional organization. SSA will review your request. They may interview you and possible new payees to make sure your money will be safe. If you don't have anyone you trust, ask SSA about professional payee services. There are organizations that specialize in managing benefits for people who need help. Step 5. Know your protections. If you're a victim of payee misuse, SSA has protections in place. They may replace the stolen money depending on the situation. If SSA finds that your payee misused your funds, they can sometimes pay you back for what was lost. They will help you find a new trustworthy payee. They can connect you with resources like legal aid or advocacy groups to help you recover. Step 6. Get support. Dealing with payee misuse can be stressful and emotional. Don't go through it alone. Reach out to a trusted family member or friend, your caseworker or social worker, local advocacy groups for people with disabilities or seniors, legal aid organizations. These people and groups can help you navigate the process, stand up for your rights, and make sure you're protected.
So, what happens after you report payee misuse to SSA? First, SSA will start an investigation. They may ask you for more information, like bank statements, receipts, or letters. They might also talk to your payee and other people who know about your situation. If SSA finds that your payee misused your money, they will remove the payee and appoint a new one. Try to recover the stolen funds. In some cases, they can pay you back for what was lost. Report the payee to law enforcement if necessary. It's important to know that this process can take time, but don't give up. Keep following up with SSA, and don't be afraid to ask for updates. Sometimes people don't have a family member or friend they trust to be their payee. If that's the case, SSA can appoint a professional payee like a social service agency or a group home. These organizations are supposed to follow strict rules and are monitored by SSA. If you're not happy with your payee, or if you want to manage your own money, talk to SSA. In some cases, you might be able to become your own payee if you can show you're able to handle your benefits. The best way to protect yourself is to be proactive. Here are some tips. Ask to see bank statements and receipts regularly. Your payee should be able to show you exactly where your money is going. Stay in touch with your payee and check in about how your money is being used. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have a caseworker or advocate, let them know if you have concerns. They can help keep an eye on things. Quote, be afraid to speak up. It's your money, and you deserve to be treated with respect. The SSA has a responsibility to protect beneficiaries from payee misuse. Here's what they do. Screen payees before appointing them. SSA checks criminal records and looks for signs that someone might not be trustworthy. Monitor payees. Payees have to file annual reports showing how they spent your money. Investigate complaints. If someone reports misuse, SSA is required to look into it. Provide education and support. SSA offers information and resources to help beneficiaries understand their rights. But the system isn't perfect. That's why it's so important for you to know your rights and speak up if something doesn't seem right. If you're watching this and you're a payee, you might feel overwhelmed by the responsibility. That's understandable. Managing someone else's money is a big job. If you're struggling, ask for help. Talk to SSA, a social worker or a financial advisor. It's better to ask for help than to make a mistake, or worse, to misuse funds. Let's look at a couple more real-life stories. John, quote, story. John is a veteran who suffered a brain injury. His cousin was appointed as his payee. For years, John trusted his cousin, but he started noticing that he never had enough money for his medications. When a friend helped him look at his bank statements, they found that his cousin was using John's benefits to pay for his own car and vacations. John reported the misuse. An SSA helped him get a new payee and recover some of his lost money. Maria's story. Maria lives in a group home and the organization was her payee. She noticed that she never had any spending money even though her Social Security check was supposed to cover her needs. With the help of an advocate, Maria discovered that the group home was charging her for things she didn't use. She reported it, and SSA appointed a new payee. These stories are a reminder that payee misuse can happen to anyone, but you don't have to face it alone. If you need help, here are some resources. SSA's Representative Payee Program. Visit the SSA website or call 1-8007-721213 for information and to report concerns. National Disability Rights Network. They offer advocacy and legal help for people with disabilities. Local legal aid organizations. Many offer free or low-cost help for people dealing with payee misuse. Adult Protective Services. If you're being abused or neglected, call your local APS office. If you're a family member or a friend of someone with a payee, check in regularly. Ask how things are going. Offer to help review bank statements or bills. Sometimes, just knowing someone is watching can prevent misuse. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might need this information. Protecting your Social Security benefits is your right, and knowledge is your best defense. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos about payee rights, Social Security tips, and how to keep your money safe. If you have questions or want to share your story, drop a comment below. We're here to help. Remember, your benefits are for you. Don't let anyone take what you've earned. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself and your future.